Okay, hey guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going over greed and the fear and greed. Okay, so I have really good videos on. So we know that making money, right, um, making profit in the stock market, right, making profit in the stock market starts with understanding and navigating through fear and greed. Fear and greed. Making money in the stock market is about understanding these two emotions in regards to your technical analysis and price action and discipline for these two emotions and these two emotions and towards these two emotions, right? Um, that's really what it is, right? Is navigating these two emotions, right? Um, so, um, right, and so I have a big series on fear, right? I have a big series on fear. You can go here. I have fear series, fear is good, fearful entries. Maple Staps, really good master class breakthrough video. Build a relationship with fear and risk, because with fear comes risk, and fear, uncertainty, loss. Really quickly, actually, I need to update this. Whoops. Yeah, fear. Anyways, sorry, real quickly. So we know fear, right? We know that fear is a big part of making profit in the stock market. What's the other part? What's the other part? The most extremely important part. The part is equally as important, right? Fear is two emotions, right? Fear and greed. Greed, right? Greed, right? Fear and greed, right, are played on, right, by the market makers onto us traders every single day. Every single day, they take advantage of those sinful, or rather negative human emotions of fear and greed. They like to play those on a string. They play with your heart on those. Okay, they want to make you feel fearful, right? And they want to make you feel greedy, right? So that you can lose your money, basically, right? So they want to, you know, put those feelings. They want to enlarge those feelings. They want you to feel. They want you to feel overcome with those feelings that you can't think straight, or you can't trade straight, or you take a bad trade. They use fear and greed, against you. The market makers weaponize fear and greed, right? So it's up to us traders, me as a trader. It's up to me as a trader, right? To navigate through fear and greed, because it's one thing to say, like, okay, understand fear and greed, be disciplined, don't get fearful, don't get greedy, but that's a bunch of BS, right? I do get fearful, I do get greedy every single day. I go through those same emotions, but difference is after years of feeling those emotions, I understand them now, and I know how to navigate through those two emotions, and I have discipline towards two emotions, because after so many years, I know the market makers games. I know the games that they like to play. I know how they like to weaponize fear and greed and leverage fear and greed to their benefit, right? Against me and my trading, right? So I know, and I've had my experience with fear and greed, right? I still experience it every day. But again, this topic is going through greed, right? Greed, right? I feel greedy, right? And when we get to greed, right? Greed, okay? Greed is very, very um, in the moment. Greed, you don't want to be greedy, okay? Simple, right? Greed 101, you don't want to be greedy, right? And I still get greedy every single day. I still get here. I had a really bad red, greedy, disgusting bad red case study. I was Friday, I had 5 XFA accounts, I was green 400, and then I started to get a little confident. I got a little confident. I got a little bit too confident. I was green 400, and I was like, hey, this is easy. I'm gonna get to green 700, easy. This is real, like, this is my XFA account. This is real cash, right? Real cash. But then what happened? I took a trade, another loss. I was like, whatever, I'm greedy for more. It's yeeting up, it's starting to yeet up. Okay, let me get back in. I'm greedy. I'm greedy for more. Let me get back in. Let me this. Let me that. Right. And then I just one trade after another, back to back to back, and I blew up my account. And I went from green. It's on the thumbnail. But I went from green 461 on the day across 5 accounts, mind you. So that's like what? That was green $800. That was green $900 cash on the day to red $300, and I ended up losing all of those accounts in the same day. I blew them up, right? Because of greed, right? So don't be greedy, okay? Don't be greedy, right? Don't be greedy, okay? Don't be greedy. We can't be greedy, right? Just know You know, Maple said it also is super good too. But if you get anything from this video, hear it in this next sentence I'm about to say, right? Um, Maple said, you know, a lot of traders can end up as winners on the day, but most traders leave that up to greed, you know? So basically, meaning, right, if I'm profitable today, whatever, tomorrow, this week, whatever, $200 green on the day, right? I could leave a winner. I should be happy with that. That's a green. That's a lot of money. $200. That's a green. You know, that's a lot of money. And on top step terms, you know, that's $500 cash on the day, right? But I could be. But a lot of traders are greedy, and they're like, I don't want no $500 cash or $200 green. You know, I want $500 green, $1,000 green, $1,000 cash profit on the day, right? And so they leave that up to greed. They leave it up to their greed to be a winner or not. And then they end up being a loser because of their greed, right? And then also understanding greed in terms to price action, right? Like greed here, right? Now this is my experience. Okay, this is how I got my green $500 cash on 12/18. I mean, at 12:18 p.m. Yesterday, or yeah, on Friday, right? So what happens here, right? There's this little, you know, last wick, a little demand zone, sure, right? We'll just mark it as this little sort of demand zone here, right? Right now, let's just get rid of this, okay? Right? There's a demand zone here, right? A bidder is here, right? This trend has been downtrending all day. All these traders are seeing it, right? Everyone's feeling greedy, right? Everyone's feeling greedy, okay? They're feeling very extremely greedy, right? So this is downtrending. This is gonna just go down, 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 down. Every trader's brain is triggering down, 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 breakout, breakout. Even my brain is triggering that breakout, breakout, knife, 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 money, 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 right? Greed, greed, greed. Okay. So anyways, though, we're chopping down in this downtrend, and then finally a bounce, right? Finally a bounce. A bidder steps up. They break these EMAs. CBC's even flipping even a little bit, but then at the 10-9, they actually reject it back down, pop it up at the 20, right? And at this point, right? Everyone's saying breakout, 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 continuation, breakout, downwards. You know, they've kind of just been doing it all day. Breakout, downwards, knife, knife, print, copy and paste another print, red bearish candle, greed, 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 money, money, money. Come down, and it perks down here, right? And then they short. Okay, then they short. It's like, oh, they short. Look at this red candlestick. Let me get in the short. It's gonna break out and knife. Nope, you're being greedy. They're gonna kill. They're gonna cook you. Boom, they eat it up. You get stopped out. You're like, damn it, whatever. They stopped me out. That sucks. Okay, but then they shove it back down, right? And then they show this print red. This is an emotional candlestick. What's the emotion on this candlestick? What is it? Is it fear or is it greed? It's greed. This is a greedy emotional candlestick here, right? Very greedy emotional candlestick. So what happens, right? When this happens, everyone's saying short, 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 get in, get in, get in. No, I was staring at this all day. Just watching it go down, but too scared to get in. But now it's breaking out. Everyone's making money. I'm getting FOMO. No, and now I'm not fearful anymore. There's no more fear. Remember, there was fear around here. There's fear, right? But now the fear is gone. When this breaks out, there's no more fear anymore. What is replaced by it? The other super important human emotion that the market makers tamper with, right? Now that fear is replaced by greed. Greed. Mega greed, dude. Mega greed. It's replaced by greed. It's replaced by greed. Okay? It's replaced by greed. Okay? And so when it's replaced by greed, that's when the market makers get you. That's the trick. That's the trick. They get you. They make you FOMO, and then you get greedy and you short here, and then boom, they cook you. They cook you. You short right here, they cook you. And then, you know, it goes down here again. Yeets down here, another breakout, this was a red candlestick before. I know this is green now, but it printed red. Another fat red candlestick down here, printed red, right? And what's everyone saying? Holy crap, sell off, sell off, sell off. Look at this. There's a fat red candlestick down here, breakout, sell off, sell off, sell off. Now, of course, anything in stock market is possible, right? This could continue. You could short here and you could actually make money. It could blow up and sell off knife, but that's not probable because I know the market makers games. I've seen the probability of, you know, them yeeting it back up on a fake out, breakout, greedy FOMO knife that the market makers, this is a bear trap, what they call. This is a bear trap, right? And it's trapping. What they do is they're punishing greedy FOMO breakout buying traders, right? And I know that. So since I know that, I didn't actually go short. I didn't fall victim into the greed because I have it before and I've learned my lesson. So what I did was I reverse traded it. I actually went long because I know market makers are going to put the probability is that I know I know that market makers are going to punish greedy FOMO short buyers. So what I do, I went long. And I made $500 cash green on Top Step, right? I went long right here, 10 condit, minis, and Qs, made 200 green really, but that's 500 cash, you know, whatever. and I longed it right here. I longed, and it was also, and then my turn was the turn to be fearful, right. When they're greedy, I'm being fearful, right? And the Maple said is best too. You want to be a fearful longer short, not a greedy longer short. It's kind of, probability is more on your side, more or less. Again, not always, right? You could, it was good to be greedy here, right? These fat red candlesticks, right? And some people I should be fearful long, right? But sometimes even that doesn't work out. That greedy shorts actually were sometimes rewarded here, like on that a nine reject, right? But this is an anomaly price action though, right? It does go down, right? But it's an anomaly, right? Same thing here. I know for this to continue short and just knife sell off, they're just not gonna do that for you. They're not gonna have it that easy for you that you just short and make money in this greed. When there's high emotions of greed, that's when the other way is usually gonna flip again. When the people are being greedy shorts, I should be a fearful long, which I did. I was a fearful long, and I was rewarded for it. I got this, this bullish engulfing squeeze out of those greedy shorts. I mean, right? When I was a fearful long, and I captured this long, and I was able to make money when those greedy shorts lost money. I was a fearful long, and I made money, right? So I know those games, right? I know the games of greed. It's greed. It's fear and greed, right? I was a fearful long, and then there were greedy shorts, and I won as a fearful long. Why? Because I know that's the market makers' games that they play every day. I know all they do really, again, in regards to price, after technical analysis and price action, right? And in regards to technical analysis and price action too, like, I'm still on my 10 and 2, I'm still on CBC, knowing probability and trading, my rules and discipline, things like that. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to those. I've learned it comes down to those two human emotions that the market makers like to play their games. Honestly, too, that's another setup and thing of in itself is growing as a trader, is understanding the games that the market makers play in regards to fear and greed, and also in regards to price action. When you put it together with price action and my TA, my setup and analysis over the years, and my proven system, my systematic edge system with 10 and 2 and CBC and all my experience, right? And you pair that with understanding and navigating through fear and greed, right? Not even so much as mastering fear and greed or discipline, because even I go through fear and greed. Again, it was just last week, I was able to get greedy on Top Step, and I blew up my account. I was greedy and stuff, right? Or even sometimes too, it was actually Friday there was a 7 a.m. news stick, right? Fat red candlestick, right? Fat red candlestick. This printed wick down here, and I shorted here. I shorted right here, and they yeeted me up, right? So it's just all in regards to fear and greed, dude, right? Even I struggle with it, but I know how to navigate through it, right? So yeah, that's really it, you know. It's all just navigating through fear and greed, Don't be a greedy long or short. Be a fearful long or short. And yeah, that's really just the main thing of fear and greed. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy, right? It's like easier said than done though. We have to navigate through the emotions of greed, right? It sucks to watch things just go. It sucks to lose, like this too, right? This Head and Shoulders, this 200 EMA cut, right? And then it just sold off, right? And I'm feeling FOMO and I have to like just not be greedy and get in a greedy short, right? But then it just sells off and I'm like, dang it. Well, that's part of the game. Is taking in the pain of fear and greed, right? Taking on the risk of fear and greed, those negative emotions, but understanding them and accepting them, right? Even like Maple said, like once you identify your risk, right, you can accept it. Like here, he says it right. Here we go. Here we go. Accept your risk. He says it really well. This is regards to fear and greed. It helps you.
This is why did you get into the trade though? You FOMO, but you had the initial basis of risk. Most traders fail to identify that, so they fail to take action. They are so stuck being spectators in the market due to anxiety, fear. I never know what's going to happen, guys. All I can do as a trader is find my risk and accept it. That's it. And once you can do that, right, then you can alleviate a lot of your anxiety, your emotions, right, wrapped all around this, and just trade the chart in front of you instead of trading P&L, right? It's not just profits, it's losses also. Okay?
Yeah, see, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Right? Absolutely beautiful. Honestly, I might change this to, my fear or finding risk. I'm not sure. Yeah. You just have to accept your risk. Fear, greed, finding risk, same thing. Very, very good video. Very good video. I'm pretty sure I've already uploaded down this before, but I'm literally going to post it again because it's that freaking good. this good of a sort of video, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for this fear and greed sort of video, right? This thing on greed, right? We want to focus on greed here, right? And really just understanding the games behind those fear and greed, games that the market makers like to play. But again, navigating through fear and greed, right? There's fear, am I gonna lose money? And then greed, and it flips as greed is like, no, I want to make money. I want to make money. I'm not scared of losing money more. Right now I'm greedy to make all the money in the world, right? They want you to feel those emotions. You have to navigate through that, and you have to suppress that greed, right? Like again, even for my profit targets, like on Top Step, right? Again, another part, the good part of this video, right? I was green 400, right? I was green 400, right? But then, or here, actually here, I can go, dude. Here. January 31st. This is what happens if you're greedy, dude. This is what happens if you're greedy. Here, right here, I have it. Done for the day. I said I was done for the day, but then no, really, I was greedy, and I went to go more. And then I put low, my own fault. Don't be greedy. It's so much money, right? It seems so easy. Okay, well, don't get greedy, right, you bastard, right? I'm paper trading. I'm just bill breaker greedy trading, right? Lock it out when you see money. And yeah, if you I see a lot of money, sure, but if you get greedy, you lose it all and then some. You lose money, right? So don't be good. This is a case study right here for the day, right? Again, $200 green on the day, that's already so much money. Don't be greedy for more. Remember, $200 green on Top Step, that's $500 green cash profit on the days we will P&L, right? That's really $500 green cash on the day that I just earned profit to take home, right? Just $200 green, right? Don't be greedy for more. This 461, that would be double, right? Then that would be that's actually like $1,000 profit cash green on the day, right? But I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about a 461 profit target, tomorrow, this week, or any day on Top Step. I'm just looking for my $200 green to satisfy my one, winning day in the payout cycle and get my $500 cash and that same day green profit. $500 cash green profit on the day, that's a lot of money. I'm not going to be greedy for more, okay? I'm going to get that safely, nicely, and take home and be happy as a winner with $500 cash green on the day. So much damn money. I'm not going to be greedy for more, because if I am, this is what happens. I lose it all. Okay, this is what happens, and I'm going to lose it all. Right, I'm gonna lose all that money. I'm gonna lose money instead of being profitable. So don't be greedy. And yeah, just take that into account with fear and greed. Greed is another part, a very big counterpart into fear. I have a lot of videos on, fear here. But this will be the one really good video. Could have made it better. I'll probably make more greed series videos. I'll probably make a thumbnail too. We have fear here. We have Yami on fear. I'll probably make an Asta thumbnail maybe of greed, or some thumbnail of greed, and you'll see in this series, because I don't really have any again on greed, but this video will be on it for greed. So again, yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Navigate through fear and greed for this case study on greed and video on greed, and I'll see you guys on the next one.